Hey everyone, welcome to our Friday message. This is Meredith. I am here with the reading for the 3rd of May, 2019. We're using Bonefire Tarot. We have 3 cards that came off the bottom of the deck, so this is a theme that's running through the day for us. Energies for us to navigate what's out in the atmosphere. Ooh, we have the Ace of Cups. Nice. A divine and cosmic gift of love. Sweet. Well, we're not going to complain about that one, are we? The Ace of Cups is such a beautiful card. A new beginning, a fresh start, always with the aces. A new venture, joy, reward on this one in particular. I love that the water is overflowing from this cup. It's just lit beautifully by the sun. There's a lot of peace in this card. So, relationship to self is good, calm, joyful, blissful, and that's what's rippling out into our world. Probably we paid attention to the message of yesterday with that 4 of Swords that showed up, and we took a more peaceful approach to the challenges within our own selves, and then maybe some of the demands or challenges we were met with in the day. So this is the result of that. Then we have the Knight of Wands. Oh, okay. We have the Knight of Wands looking right at the Ace of Cups. So we're fired up. There's, knights convey messages between cards. This one is all fire and passion and vigor and fertility and enthusiasm. There's travel on this card as well. As with almost all the wands, there's an essence of travel. So it could just be going out of town for the day, maybe taking off for the weekend. But you got a little bit of hey now going on with this knight, looking at that Ace of Cups. But where did he come from? We want to know where they come from. Very cool that we got 3 cards that fell off the bottom, and the other one is an ace. The Ace of Swords in particular. Lovely, everlasting strength, brilliant clarity, focus, intention. This feels a part of the shift in frequency that we've been talking about for a couple of weeks. This feels like a culmination moment off these 3 cards here. So just to review briefly, through March, most of March, we had Mercury retrograde in Pisces, and then it felt as though retrograde didn't end when it ended. It felt that it got dragged into the moon cycles through April. And many people were asking, did retrograde ever really end? Because, gosh, it really doesn't look it or feel it. And I agree with that. So this created an opportunity for us to all dig deep and deal with some murky stuff in our spiritual journey, stuff we didn't really want to look at. It seemed to be shoved right under our nose, and we had to. And so in the past couple of weeks, we've been seeing a frequency shift of, improving communication, because another thing that happened through that retrograde, through the moon cycles of April, and probably some other astrological alignments that I know nothing about, there was a moment of silence. It was more than a moment, folks. You all know it. I did the card readings for it. I can attest to this. Yeah, everyone kind of went quiet. And even though we were quiet within our own selves, we were not having an understanding of why everyone else was so quiet. And we began to egoically take it personally. What have I done wrong? Did I say something wrong? What's wrong with that person? What's wrong with me? Yeah, it sort of went that way. But it gave us a great opportunity to look at what our egos were churning up off the bottom of our emotional cauldron. So with all of that reviewed just now, last week we started to see an improvement in communication, a reconnection among soulmates, twin flames, conversation resumed, which was great. It still may not be where most of us would fully appreciate it right now. However, the improvement continues. And in today's reading, our theme, our energy atmosphere is an ace sandwich of passion. So we're fired up, we're enthusiastic, we're optimistic, and we have divine and cosmic gifts on either side of us to support us, to bring what it is we're birthing into this new frequency passionately alive and awake so that we can play with it, work with it, enjoy it, express it. Ooh, that's pretty nice. Okay. You know, that Ace of Cups, my guides are reminding me that it beautifully represents the spark of the divine within the card, but within us, which is our heart space, which is where our soul shines. So come into your day with that kind of a focus, that you are the spark of the divine, expressing your passionate, unique self with brilliant clarity and everlasting strength. We could stop the reading right there. But wait, there's more. Oh, we have the World. Great. This is one of those times, you know it, where tarot readers are like, those cards are great, leave them alone. Don't turn over another card. I have to. And then someone pulls the Tower. But no, we get the World today, which is great. Reward, success, achievement. I mean, beautiful, really beautiful. That's Saturn energy too. There's completion, fulfillment, there's joy. There is a balance between opposing energies, a harmony between opposing energies. Not that these are opposing one another, but they're both aces, in the balance, or the fulcrum, my guides are saying. In between is this Knight, which is fiery passion, great communication, enthusiastic communication. My guides are speaking up again, and they're saying, bring your fire to your conversation. Don't hold back what your thoughts, feelings, and opinions are. Fiery opinions are welcome. It's not about being argumentative or defensive, like we saw in yesterday's reading. It's just truth. Truth on that ace. Passionate truth expressed that brings reward, completion, fulfillment, and joy into the World card. There's also on the World reaping the benefits of your past effort. So it's a card of achievement. My sense of it is that we are going to feel a personal achievement today. And then we have Judgment. Ooh. We're going to need a couple more cards for Judgment. More fire energy there. But this is an assessment card. It's also letting go of the past, which I think we are passionately doing over here. Here's another message from my guides. So many of you talk about how you want relationship in this new frequency of energy. However, many people are approaching relationship in a traditional, old style, subconsciously programmed way, and a lot of us have been in review of what ended our prior relationships, because we don't want to repeat those experiences and have a similar outcome in new relationships. Though there are still those who are hanging back and dragging their feet coming across that line, even though they want it, because the memory of the prior experience is still very painful. Yet this period of time that we've experienced quiet and we've experienced all this emotional cauldron being stirred has given us each an opportunity to look at the stuff we're still doing in repetition, which happens to be the very things we don't want to repeat in the new frequency. So with the Judgment card here, we want to take a look at what we can let go of, which is why the affirmations that we've been using for the past couple of weeks are so important. The I love and appreciate how it feels too. And then yesterday, to work through your own emotional cauldron and your own periods of silence, it's the I may temporarily feel, fill in that blank, but I am coming into, fill in that blank, and then because I am. And that's your co-creative statement. So you're validating, you're honoring the process, and you maintain the co-creative spirit with source, divinity, all that is. So the judgment card here with these beautiful cards is reminding us that there are times where we are still doing that same old song and dance that brought an end to circumstances, situations, and relationships, and we don't want to repeat that again. The key is to recognize where you're doing it, shift it, change it, bring it into this new frequency, and experience the reward of that, the achievement of that. You've been doing it for a while, and still there's more perhaps to be looking at and reviewing, but you have the strength to do it. You have the clarity to do it. You have the passion for it. Ooh. Oh yeah, judgment. I need a couple more cards. When we see judgment, we want to know what we're being called to. So we're not just letting go of something. We're having another opportunity. Multiple opportunities. So what is judgment calling us to today? Alright, ooh, what's this? This is perfect. It's calling our attention to the Five of Swords. And here again, we have our words to look at, our inner dialogue. This came out of yesterday's reading too. How are we talking to ourselves? How are we speaking over our life? Judgment is asking us to pay attention to that. Have some brilliant clarity. Bring your creative, passionate fire in that new, wonderful frequency to this old BS, because you're done with it. You've had enough of it. You've actually turned your back on it. So why are you still duking it out with your ego if you want change there? So again, no judgment here. Just no judgment here. Just witness where you do it and love it into wholeness. Don't judge yourself harshly. Bring yourself all this beautiful reward that's on offer to you. All right. What are we being called out of? That's the other question when we see judgment. Too many cards. Yeah. Being called out of the devil, which is the monkey mind. This is the part of us where we live small, where we limit ourselves, where we have boundaries, which is interesting. That connects to yesterday's reading too. Boundaries, limitations, any place we're holding ourselves back, where we need more love, not less here. So we have another opportunity to take a look at this stuff, and we have this tremendous positive support. And remember that the aces in tarot neutralize the challenging energies of the cards nearby. So these two aces are a huge gift to the devil and the Five of Swords here, because it allows us to joyfully look at all the junk that we say to ourselves, how we behave with our own selves, that would be unlike what we desire to co-create with all that is. So once we see it, we could actually have some humor over it and kind of laugh at it a bit and go, oh my gosh, look at me, I'm still repeating that old scenario. All right, I'm gonna switch that up now that I see it. I'm switching it up. All right, next card. Nine of Wands. Yeah, yesterday this card was there for us. So it's another strength card. We have everlasting strength in that ace. We have strength and endurance, resilience on this 9. So this is us working through the walls we have up that have no place in the frequency we desire to exist from. That's it. I'm going to leave that right there. All right, we're going to move on to Angel Answers. This is your opportunity to ask a question. I'm going to relate it to what's on the table as always. Don't you just love the Bonefire Tarot? Look how colorful that spread is. It just brings me joy to stare at it. Wow, we've got repeat cards out of Angel Answers. We have abundance. This can be seen in a lot of ways. I'm going to put it there with the world because I do feel that we are being delivered in abundance of what we've been intending for. So if your inner dialogue has been more like this, you might be receiving an abundance of this. So this is why we use the affirmation. I love and appreciate how it feels too. And we do the validation work with the other one. I may temporarily feel, but I'm coming into because I am. So do all that and have an abundance of what it is you really are dreaming for. And then we have big happy changes. I feel that. I feel that intuitively out there in the atmosphere. There's a lot of change going on out there, a lot of alchemy taking place within us, and so obviously outside of us, but it's all connected. So microcosm, macrocosm, that's what I'm feeling there. But big happy changes in the macrocosm and the microcosm. And that's what we're enduring for and remaining resilient for. And we're about to drop an old wall or a boundary that we had in place, and it's going to be a flood of big happy change for us. Okay, next card. Woo. We have trust. Trust yourself. Trust the journey. Trust the divine. It's so supportive. It wants what we want for us. All right, affirmation card from The Universe Has Your Back. We get, my happiness is a direct reflection of my level of faith in the universe. Perfect. As just what I was saying moments ago. What's your inner dialogue? Is it happy or is it not? Direct relationship there. Okay, everyone. Happy Friday. Thank you for watching today. Please like, share, subscribe, and do continue to comment. I love your comments. Thank you so much. I love hearing how these readings are touching you in a personal way and how they're applying to your spiritual journey experience. I do find it inspiring, and other people who read the comments also find it inspiring. So thank you yet again for doing that. If you want your own personal reading, description box, and don't forget to check the Instagram. There's a different reading over there.